Hello everyone and welcome to the daily technical video day for today, Wednesday, December the 28th of 2011. It's around 9:20 p.m. New York time. Guys, in this video, it's going to be that big. We're going to show what we are expecting for the market for the next 24 hours. Now, over the weekend, we say that we were expecting some move in the dollar due to the fact that the dollar CAD has been dropping in 5 weeks. Let me show you the RSI. We've been covering this in forums and every place. Look, this pair dropped in 5 ways to the downside. So what you expect after 5? You expect a 3-way move minimum. Now, it looks like that the first leg of the wave A of the next move ended at 102.68. Now we are expecting a pullback in the dollar CAD to around 101.95, 101.77 area before this pair goes higher again with a target between 103.10 or in extension 103.53 area before a pronounced decline. Some members have expressed the idea that if this pair was in a daily and weekly triangle, and we don't see any like that because we believe that the drops, that the last 2 drops that this pair have done in both the last 2 drops in a 4-hour chart has been in 5 ways, like meaning this one, it looks like a 5 and another 5. So that's the idea why we are favoring this scenario. Also, we know that in the most likable scenario, I mean, the dollar is embarked in a 10-minute move, which is gonna make the dollar Windex sometimes soon. So I doubted that this is a triangle at this stage. I would rather go with this scenario when this pair is targeting a downside move on 97.62 before trading higher again. Now, that's the CAD. Everyone knows that the CAD is well correlated with the S&P cash. Guess what? The S&P cash, I mean, like we mentioned the other day, the S&P cash, due to the 5 ways in the CAD, we were suspecting that this move, it wasn't the wave 3 that everyone was expecting of the move in the C way higher. Now we have 2 scenarios in the cash. The first one is the flat, when we have 3, and now we're gonna get a powerful 5 weeks to the downside. That ideally is gonna end around, it's gonna test the 1200 and 1184 area, and then from there is when the move that we are expecting on the rally on risk is gonna take place. That's the idea scenario. So the second scenario on the cash is this one. This is the one that we are favoring right now. Why? Because the clearest chart to be in the dollar CAD is showing a 3-way correction back in the dollar, in the CAD, favoring the dollar. So onto that idea or that scenario, proof or wrong, we have to come with the idea of the nest in this pair. Now, how it's gonna play with the nest? Very simple. The index, it did 3 ways, 5 ways here. In this move down here, it makes a 5-way swing. So what we are expecting pretty soon is a 3-way backs and another way. Nobody knows at this stage, nobody knows which way it's gonna go. All we know is that it found support, or is finding support around the 50% retracement of this move. Now, if the pair take the 1229 area, then it goes to the flat. As far as 1229 is in place, you gotta play the idea of a nest, because those are the same three ways that the dollar CAD is calling as possible path. So with that in mind, what you guys need to do is very simple. Three ways back in the dollar in the S&P cash to around towards 61 tomorrow. That's gonna make the case for a sell right there against this high, looking either from around 1240 or looking for 1184. So you have to use the Elliott Wave edging there. Now, with that in mind and seeing that this pair should trade lower again the S&P cash, we go to the dollar, to the euro dollar. And then the euro dollar, what it's looking at is like this. The euro dollar, in my view, it did, one second, it's not, this is not the count, it's this one. The euro dollar, in my favorite count, this is what it did. It did three ways down here, and then it did a triangle S way, and then it looks like it ended already wave A. Now, knowing that there was W3 here, three backs, and expecting also three more waves to the downside. So I'm expecting a recovery in the euro together with the S&P, a weakness in the CAD, and a weakness in the dollar, and a strength in the dollar CAD. I'm expecting that this pair is going to trade somehow higher to around 129.83, 130 area tonight or tomorrow in three ways before another round of selling take place. Now you can make the case, the same case for cable. When looking at cable, cable looks to be trusting from a triangle, and the trust needs to be in 5 ways. What's happening is that right here you got 1, 2, you're going to expect a 4 and the final move in cable to end the whole correction in cable. Before the big move it takes place to the outside, like we have explained over and over in many seminars and forums. Now, the Singapore dollar looks like it has found the top, and it looks like this pair at this stage it did 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, and it looks correct so far. Look, most of the pairs, including the dollar, they already have made a new high about this high right here of the middle of December, and the Singapore dollar is very strong. We explained today the reasons why we believe that's the case, but still we believe that this pair can have found a top already before going lower. And finally, let's take a look at the Aussie yen. As you guys know, a very, very, very well correlated pair with the S&P when it looks like it needs a recovery and another drop to 77.93 before going high. So guys, it's very clear that what we are expecting in the market for the rest of the week is some type of dollar weakness, and then again dollar strength to end a possible cycle that started on May the 4th. Okay guys, hope you guys have a good night. See you guys tomorrow.